Hello, and thank you for tuning into this segment of We Are Living Healthy. Keeping employees healthy is more important now than ever before, which is why I'm really excited about our guest today, who's going to be discussing corporate wellness. Please welcome owner of Body by Definition Fitness and Advisory Services, Debbie Bellenger.
Hey, Alexis.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm well. I hope you are.
I am great. I'm really excited to chat with you today because the merging of employment and fitness and wellness overall is so important now. Could you please tell us a little bit about the role that you've played in that with different spaces?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So, you are exactly right. Corporate wellness, employee wellness, wellness for the world in general is so important more now than it's been in forever, which is a really good thing. So, the role that I've played, I served as the director of wellness for two hospital systems in South Carolina and North Carolina. And I was firstly responsible for creating employee wellness programs for our own employees. And in
Hmm.
both systems, the evolution of that work was local communities, churches, schools, businesses would reach out and say, "Hey, what are you doing over there for your employees? I heard you have a walking program or you have a stress management program," that kind of thing, right? So the natural organic growth of the work I did for our own hospital employees in both systems was an outreach to the community, providing wellness programs to the community at large.
Okay.
And yeah, so it kind of spread, right? Organically spread out into the community.
And whether wellness programs are brought to a company corporately, or even if it's just an employee who wants to manage their health, why do they go hand in hand? Why is it so important that people who are working 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, why is it more important for them to be in tip top shape?
That's a great question. So, my personal philosophy and my professional philosophy is that our health starts with us, the individual, right? And we have to own our health or the lack thereof. And so that starts with us, the person. And then we go to work with our health or our lack of health. It goes with us to work. And clearly, organizations and employers have a responsibility to the health of their organization, which
Mhm.
then becomes the organizational culture and feeling happy and good at work, to a place where organizations are providing health and wellness programs and opportunities while at work. So there's varying degrees of offerings, but it starts with us, the individual. Right now, the world is more stressed than it's ever been. 1 in 5 Americans is burned out, and there are many individuals that are burned out that maybe don't know it, and all the corollary health effects of burnout being stressed and anxious, not sleeping. We know when we're exhausted, we crave the sugars. We don't want the healthy things, right? So, and the average American gained 27 pounds in the first year of the pandemic in
Right.
isolation at home. So it is paramount that we own our health. And with the ever increasing stressors in the world, more so now than ever, choosing a healthy path, doing your best every day to be as healthy as you can is really important because we're just surrounded by stress, right?
It is. And I know you mentioned burnout. For those who may not be aware of it, what is a common symptom that you are burning out or are already burnt out?
Oh, that's a great question. So, a common symptom is always being exhausted. And
Hmm.
so, we just getting out of bed is a chore. And all you can think about is sleeping, and you have no motivation. You really don't want to do anything. That's where the feelings of depression start to seed, because you're so tired you can't do what you love to do. Like,
Right.
Alexis, I know you love to dance, and if you couldn't go teach your class because of this overwhelming sense of exhaustion, when your normal daily habits when you're well start to change and you cannot do or want to do, that's a pretty good sign. Downstream, the effects of burnout look more like chronic conditions that
Right.
surface due to stress. Yeah.
Right. And thank you for pointing that out because we like to always paint the picture. Going back to what you said about the corporate wellness and wellness in the workplace, what exactly does that look like? So if somebody has employees, or if somebody is the manager or the CEO or the CFO, whatever it may be, and they're like thinking, why should I have this and how would I implement it? What does taking care of my employees look like? Could you give us a couple examples of that?
Yes. So right now, given what we've lived, I love your questions, Alexis. Given what we've lived with the pandemic, on the other side of that, a couple of things come to mind. One, before the pandemic, 1 in 67 Americans worked from home. It's now 1 in 6. So employee wellness programs live and breathe in human resources because employee wellness programs are considered a benefit. So if you're a CEO or a CFO, right now is the time to dedicate a staff person to creating opportunity for employees to have wellness resources at work. And it could be as simple as bringing an Alexis in and doing a 5-minute dance break for everyone that sits all day to stand, have some movement, increase circulation, smile, have fun at work. These are all team building, cultural engagement type things, right? But the health benefits, like Alexis and Debbie know, is you got me up from sitting, so my hip flexors get a stretch. My low back pain might be alleviated because I stood. If I have poor circulation, you're getting my blood moving, and my happiness factor went up. So it's a win-win. So if I was a CEO with employees under my direction, I would absolutely be looking at my benefit plan and partnering with a customized wellness vendor that's going to know how to create wellness opportunities for employees, whether it be by Zoom, in person, or both, hybrid. We need to be providing wellness at work, period, end of story.
I know one of the benefits to when an employer offers the wellness programs is the healthier your employees are, you have reduced costs in healthcare and everything else like that. So I know that's one of the benefits. So for the boss who might be listening thinking, I don't need a wellness program, they can just go to their local gym. That's not my problem. If there was one other thing that you could say to encourage the corporate, the human resources to consider this, what would be the reason?
The lack of productivity. I just left a session at Club Industry, and the gentleman, the closed keynote, just said, I can't believe it. The average American at work is only 20% productive in their day. Productivity needs to be increased to be able to run a successful business. If I come to work and I'm working 2 hours, effectively really working 2 hours of 8
Right.
because I'm not feeling good, or whatever the reason, and you're responsible for an output of XYZ calls per day or sales per day or outreach to your clients, and you're operating at 20% productivity, your bottom line will show that. There is a direct corollary to business. And
Yes, I love that reason. Thank you, Debbie. That was spot on. I didn't even think about that. So thank you. But Debbie, for people who want to contact you or want to just connect, where can they find you?
Yes, please do reach out with any questions. I will help you. Find me on LinkedIn, Debbie Bellenger. You can go to my website, debbiebellenger.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. If I can be of service to any corporations, please reach out, and individuals as well. I'm happy to serve and support. It's super important right now.
Yes, thank you so much, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it for this segment of We Are Living Healthy. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Please be sure to subscribe to the show and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at We Are Living Healthy. And if you have a health story or tip that you would like to share, do not hesitate to reach out to us so we can get you here. Thanks again for tuning in. That's it for We Are Living Healthy.